So let's talk about Memecore. Its short form is M, and I'm covering this coin for the first time. It's sitting at $1.6, 1.60, and I've never covered this coin previously, which means that now as I'm covering it for the first time, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to talk about its fundamentals, how good or bad this project is, at the same time how would it perform in the long term, and of course in the end I'm going to talk about its technical analysis, what to do with it in short term. First of all, this is a layer 1 blockchain for meme coins. Now I personally hate layer 1, layer 2, layer 0, any layer blockchains, because it is an impossible feat to segregate among them as which layer will operate, because you have so many layer blockchains out there and they all are doing pretty much the same thing. Everyone is fighting for the same piece of cake, and which institutional god will put their hand on you and bless you, and maybe you will be able to push further, or someone will come and push you up. All that stuff is dependent on luck, and you are gambling with your money. That's why I don't like to go after them, but they have a different angle. They want to be the meme coin blockchain. So I like that part. So basically they are competing with stuff like Pump.fun. Of course, Pump is on Solana. This is on BNB Smart Chain. So they are on different, they're different, and at the same time, it is different than Pump, because Pump didn't have blockchain unless they have now created it. So right off the bat, they're saying we are layer 1 for meme coins, and we want to support this culture, and they want to make it better and improve. Now, I don't believe in any of that. Yes, they can help the meme coins. It can be a meme coin blockchain, but stability in meme coin or making it serious, that bullshit will not work, because at the end of the day, it's a casino. When you're dealing with meme coins, you are dealing in Las Vegas. There is zero certainty and there is 0 cents to meme coins. When you go there, you're gambling and nothing else. But the angle is good, and that's why you can see this crazy pump 5x, 10x that it has done. It's just because of the fact that people looked at it, then they compared it to Pump Fun, and they thought, okay, there is massive, massive potential. Another good thing about this project is the inflation. Now this thing has massive inflation. It is inflating. It started with 14% supply, so almost 900% inflation is pending. But the good part of that is that their inflation is slow. It's inflating by 3.5% every month. So it is going to take 10 months, more than 1 year, to inflate only 40%. I'm saying only 40 because if we talk about Trump coin or WLFI or Melania or others, they literally fucked their investors with 100% inflation in 1 month. They have 3.5, so you can compare. So considering all that, I think that you can get into a marriage with this coin for a year to maximum 2 years. 2 years is a stretch. If you see that there is a massive crash in it and you want to buy and stay with it, yes, there is it's a 50-50 possibility. Personally, I don't like this angle of it. I think this meme culture, it was there in this bull run of 2024. Would it stay in the other bull runs that will come? There is no guarantee. We might end up seeing a different trend, and then everything that is around memes will collapse. You can see how horribly Pump.fun coin performed. It went to 1.1 out a bit of pump, and then it crashed to 0.002, over 70% of a crash, and they had collected over $500 million, $600 million from investors, and they couldn't do shit about it, and their chart sucks, and it's right in front of you. It is right now sitting below its starting price. So anyway, the overall market is highly unreliable, but I think in crashes, in early stages of this project, maybe you can take your chances. You can take your chances if you see this thing crashed 70%, 80%, and you go and buy. It would make sense, because you need to understand that this is an extremely volatile coin. As you look at it, this is 1.3, this is 2.18, this is 2.2. So almost 100% crash, and this is just a wick. It went up and then dropped by 50% like this. This is crazy. It's a highly volatile coin, and it's not just that, over here as well. So when you're dealing with a project like this, you need to have certainty that, okay, where you're entering, it is going to be a good price point. And that is where I'm going to give you the entries, where you can enter for long term and of course for short term as well. As it is volatile, the entries are really, really wide. And you can see that our support for this coin is at 1.13. And the resistance is at this area of 1.53. Sorry, not 1.53. It's at 1.63. This is our resistance. If it goes above 1.63, we will assume that it has started the upward journey. Of course, we are talking about hitting $2 and maybe going beyond that. But if it is not staying above this resistance, we would expect it to crash back down towards 1.13, or you can call it $1. Now, that is a place where you can buy some, maybe 50% if you want to hold for long, or if you're a trader, that is your entry point. Where it is sitting right now, I wouldn't touch this project. At this price, I think it is overpriced. I would rather miss an opportunity with this coin by buying it now, and then it goes to $100. I'll call it a day, rather than jumping here and then getting fucked by 50% crash and then realizing I shouldn't have purchased it at this price. The other good entry where I would actually enter would be 80 cents. That is a rather more reasonable entry. If you're too obsessed, maybe you will enter at $1. Personally, I would take an entry here, and then maybe I'll just still sit down and wait for it. The reason is that this coin is extremely manipulated, and like I said, that there is not that much meat to it, the way it is pumped. If you give it time, it will end up creating Burj Khalifa pattern, which goes like this and then come back down like that. And that's M coin for you. I'll see you next video. Thank you for watching the video. If you have any questions, or I have touched on a topic and you expect me to explain a bit more, I'll try my best to explain that to you in the comments. Leave a comment, and I'm not going to tell you to like and subscribe, because if you're not interacting with the video, or if you're not subscribed, you're not going to see all the 10 videos that I make every day. You're going to miss out on it, and I think you are educated enough to understand what to subscribe and what not to, because if you want to miss out on it, then why not? It's for your own good, and you should know better what is good for you.